is when you don't know what it is. So
Remember, you a big dog too. Don't forget, you was on my stage last year too. You a big dog too.
It's just taking forever.
Hey, you going in? They look at you. Hold on, that's Maddie G. Maddie G's in this joint too. You ain't gonna just coast through that. No, it's gonna
altogether, I think it's good because it does, it's kind of like a motivation for the team in
Check. I'm saying right in this live stream. Hey to our live stream audience and our in studio audience. There's two of us in here. We're gonna sound like
don't do that.
We are gonna get started soon. Thank you to everyone who is watching from home. Thank you to everyone who is here. We greatly appreciate y'all's support. And we'll get started soon. So continue continue to talk amongst yourself. That is, these two lights right here that's gonna be like seizure lights, so we probably shouldn't. I think these are too bright right here. If we could get these off. We just testing. We testing out.
It's bright as a mug in
That's
here.
way too, like, for my eyes right now, they're about to fall out of my face. So, yeah, like, you see it? Ah, I mean, it's like a normal, like, stage light, but
Yeah, true. Yeah.
okay. Maybe it's because it's too much light right now, so maybe we'll turn down the main light. Okay. Well, our studio audience at home, we're gonna make sure that you can see us. Again, talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Chickpea is neither chick nor pea. Discuss. Books, and we were raffling off a bag of wonderment. It's not a bag of bats because we are a family-friendly show. We're a family-friendly show. So if anybody would like to purchase raffle tickets, 1 for $5, 3 for $10, we're raffling off.
What is it again? 1 for 5, 3 for 10. I'm sending you 10 now.
Okay. All right. So we got room 1309 by Daniel Garwood.
I know him.
We also have Pots, Peace Overthrown Storms. It says written by G, but it is the GYE experience. TheGYExp. We also have, hold on, it's on its way. It's on its way. We also have Poetry is Like Medicine by TheGYExp.
I also know him.
And this bag of wonderment has a lot of really cool shit.
Does it have chips?
It does have chips.
Okay, let's go.
Always has a bag of chips. But there's a bunch of like household random items from the like Target bins in the front.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a sandwich holder, a 3-shelf organizer for your desk. What else is in here? Some chip. No, is the chip clips in here? I don't know the chip clips in here. It's a lot of really cool shit in here, and it's a Verb Bender glass in here. So So we also have merch for sale. A lot of ways that you can support us, and we really appreciate y'all being here. For our viewers at home, I don't know how I would get any of this to y'all, but we do have.
Uh-oh. What else we got? What else we got?
If they're in the area, they can pick up from
We do have
Flat rate shipping.
Well, we'll bring it
FedEx.
our 50/50 raffle tickets where you don't have to be present to win. These are $10 and it puts your name in the pot to win a lot of money.
Wow!
How much? We don't know yet. So for our viewers at home. So if you would like to purchase Verb Benders Slam VA on Cash App, or you can DM me. Or you can DM who's running the live stream.
And make sure you put no 50/50 raffle.
Yes, 50/50 raffle, and then I'll just put your Cash App name, and then we'll figure it out from there. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And we'll be getting started soon. Thank you to our viewers at home. Thank you to our viewers that are here. Thank you to the 2024 team. And yeah. We'll be getting started. All right, so Matt, you just said for
Viewers like you.
How'd you get the
Well, the
Welcome everyone to our 2024 Verb Benders Send Off Showcase. Thank you so much for being here really, really fast. I need someone to watch the door while I'm up here. So Maddie is gonna, Symay, you got it? Somebody gonna?
Well, you gonna be performing.
Yeah,
Go
so
over there.
Maddie said, go over there, go over there. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who is here, to everyone that has supported us over the years, to everyone that just continuously supports us. It is just beyond appreciated. My name is Steph Love. I'm the Slam Master for the Verb Benders Slam Team. I took over as Slam Master in 2019. And yeah, so I'd like to share a little bit of history with you guys. For those of you who don't know about like the history of Verb Benders, so Verb Benders was founded in 2016 by Katrina Hurricane Solaire, Wesley Frazier Keys, and Lady S. And the reason was because Katrina and Wesley were going up to Richmond to slam all the time, but they live in the 757. So they were like, you know what, we need to have something here. And Lady S had been saying for a long time that she wanted to start a slam team here because she had come up from Fayetteville and slammed down there. And lo and behold, they created the Verb Benders. And shout outs to Hurricane and Wesley. They had made the 2016 Writers Den Slam Team that year. So shout outs to them. But they, again, came, back into town and was like, we're going to create our own stuff. So 2017, we had our very first team. I think, well, with the exception of Katrina, all of the original team members are here. That was myself, Jenna May, Cassandra is Free, and Maddie G. And we just our very first Southern Fried Poetry Slam, which I'll explain in just a second, was eye-opening. We were like, wow, we were going in there confident, like, yeah, we the shit. We got poems and shit. Like, we about to go over there and win this whole shit. Little did we know we were not gonna win. Little did we know. We came in like 22nd place. And it was very eye-opening. I didn't understand, how the tournament worked. Neither of us did. It was, if you've ever been a newbie on a slam team or you haven't, or if you've ever just gone to spectate, it's just a very, very brand new thing. So the very next year, that year was led by Hurricane, and then the very next year it was led by Lady S, and we were on our way to San Antonio. And that was when, like, all right, we about to just go in. So we worked super duper hard. Our first night, like, we were kind of discouraged. And then the very next night, shout out to Westside Said. He was also what's also interesting about our 2018 year was the same exact people that I mentioned made the team again. The only difference was Cassandra couldn't compete with us that year, so she had stepped down, and then we had welcomed Westside Said. So a little more storytelling. We get to San Antonio. Our first night was bad, and he was like, no, we got all these aces, and then we just started whooping ass after that. So it was like, we were like, you know what, we're just gonna go in. So shout outs to him. And then 2019 I took over. We went to Fayetteville. That was a really, really like crazy year. I learned so much. We all learned so much. That team consisted of myself, Maddie G, Cassandra is Free, Westside Set, and the GYExp, formerly known as Jenna May. AKA who the fuck is Gary?
There's a poem in there somewhere.
There's definitely a poem in there. So 2019 happened, and then of course we know 2020 the world closed off, and then we barely couldn't do anything. We didn't know if Southern Fried Southern Pride had to cancel. The very next year, they did a virtual year, and that was the four of us, myself, G, Maddie, Kaz, and B-Boy Sabi. He was actually on our team for 2 years in a row because he had made the team in 2020, and then we just kept the same team from 2020 into 2021. That year, we had tied for 8th in the world.
All right.
So it was like we've been consistently top 10 for a lot of years now. And then 2022, we welcomed Symay and Tom. It was myself and G and Maddie as well on that team. That was back in Louisville. And then we had took 5th that year. We got to be the sacrificial poet on final stage.
Moving on up.
And then our team from last year, which was myself, Maddie G, the TheGYExp, Daniel, and Atlas, because our rookies, we jumped on up to 3rd place. So now our brand new team for 2024 is we got Daniel, we got Atlas, we got the TheGYExp, we got Symay, and we got Breeanna. They have been working extremely hard since February, and I'm really excited for you all to see what they got in store for you all tonight. A few more things. As I've been mentioning, we have raffle tickets because we're going to be raffling off some books, and our grand prize is a bag of wonderment. So there's a lot of really cool shit in there. There's like a sketchbook, there's color pencils, there's a Verb Bender glass, there's I think I put the I think it was the beach cup is in there. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool shit in there. There's a bag of chips.
Going down.
So if you'd like to purchase raffle tickets, just let us know. 1 for $5, 3 for $10. We also have our 50-50 raffle, which will put your name into the bigger pot. We're going to be doing that drawing this Wednesday at our F the Rules Slam. Our F the Rules Slam is also featuring Maddie G and Cassandra is free. I am very excited for them because they are going to be competing as indies at This is really exciting. So for the 50-50 raffle, you don't have to be present to win, but if you are present, we'll throw in an extra $10. And that's like a lot of money. That's like a lot of money. So maybe we can maybe sleep in a hotel room. We don't know. But at any rate, thank you all for your support. It means the world. Thank you to our live stream studio audience. Thank you so much for being here, whether it's virtually or in person, or if you just hung out with us on an open mic or at one of our houses or whatever. Thank you for traveling to be here. Thank you so much, Rita. A couple more things I think I need to mention, and then we will jump into the lineup. Just a quick church announcements. Our F the Rules Slam is this Wednesday for anybody who wants to not follow any rules. F the Rules Slam is basically you can use props. You have a no time limit. We're allowing the use of group poems. So if you have group work that you've worked on with someone and you want to throw it in the pot, cool. It's going to be hosted by our very own Teach. And again, it's going to be featuring Cassandra Isfree and Maddie G. It's going to be a chaotic ass night. So I'm just really excited for it. But yeah, so I think that was everything. History was so fun. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So I also serve on the board of directors for Southern Pride Poetry Slam. I don't know my official title. I'm website administrator, or I might be a secretary. I thought I was a trustee. I don't know. But I joined the board of directors in 2022. We had been attending Southern Pride since 2017. And Southern Pride is on its 32nd year. And Yeah, so it's in beautiful Pompano Beach, Florida this year. It's going to be a vacation, a real vacation this year, aside from the competition.
We got sand.
We actually have sand. There's actually water. Like, we're actually going to be able to, like, you know, I don't know, hang out in the sun. And it's not going to be cold like it has been past couple of tournaments where it's been in Louisville and Knoxville. Like their summer doesn't really like show up until like, I don't know, like mid-June, like end of June. So, but at any rate, it was still a lot of fun. But Pompano Beach, Florida, we're gonna be there. It's a full 32-team tournament. Only 4 teams make it to final stage. So it is one of those things where it's a lot of pressure. And yeah, so Southern Fried is 3 nights of prelims and 1 night of finals. And yeah, so there's other side events. There's the Nerd Slam. There's the Haiku Death Match. There's going to be a lot of there's also the Slam Master Slam. There's also a lot of other side events this year that Eccentric has put together that I'm really excited for. She's got the Rookie Slam. She has a move. She has a Boutfit Slam that Maddie G has entered. The Boutfit Slam is not poems. It is not poems. The Boutfit is your outfit that you're wearing, your bout. So that's like, if you ever hear that term, that's what it is. So we have that. There's a movie night. Final stage is going to be hosted by the gentleman that played the guy that took Queen and Slim to their doom. Yes. I forget his name, but I do hear that he's a poet as well. So yeah, he's a poet. So I think he knows. He probably gets it all the time, like, you know. But at any rate, Beltram. Yeah, so he's gonna be hosting final stage. And yeah, we're just gonna have a really good time, really excited, and yeah, so I think we're ready. You don't have to be a poet to attend Southern Fried. Or just come. Just come. So yeah, so are y'all ready to hear some poems? Say yeah. All right, so we are going to jump into our show. We really hope that you enjoy everything that we put together. Again, thank you so much to our live stream studio audience. Thank you to our live studio audience. Make some noise for yourself. So you thought you were ready to hear poems. I want to properly introduce everyone. So
love everybody.
I'm looking. Thank you. I want to introduce our team. So I'm going to start off with, and as I'm introducing you, could you just like jump up to the stage? All right, so we're going to start off with Breeanna. So Breeanna moved to Williamsburg, Virginia 3 years ago from Orlando, Florida, and she started her poetry journey just last year with the help of Slam Connections open mic nights and the encouragement of the community that gathered there. Her work focuses on giving a voice to those who are often silenced, such as women, that's women spelled with an X, and the LGBTQIA+ community.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride! Happy Pride! When she's not spitting poetry, Breeanna serves on the mission and outreach committee with her church and takes classes to prepare for a path towards ministry. Y'all clap it up for Breeanna! All right, next up, we have Symay.
That's a professor.
That is a professor. So Symay Rhodes is a poet, musician, and teacher from Norfolk, Virginia. He holds a Bachelor's of Arts in English and Creative Writing from Norfolk State University. He was a member of the 2022 Hampton Roads Verb Benders Poetry Slam Team. He published his first book, Poetry is Like Medicine, in 2021. He is currently the host of the Monday night open mic at the venue on 35th Street. Y'all clap it up for Symay. All right, next up, ooh, this is long. All right. Next up to the mic is going to be Atlas. LaCroix Atlas Nixon was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, and raised in Williamsburg, Virginia. He earned his bachelor's degree in graphic design from Liberty University and has been writing, performing spoken word poetry for 8 years. He currently is on the executive board for the Writers Guild of Virginia, is a current member of the Poetry Society of Virginia, has a book available entitled God and His Humor. We were supposed to raffle one off, but surprise, we can. Surprise. All right, and as an artist with the Hope Booth Movement, a world-changing initiative that toured across 19 cities in the United States in March 22, debuted in London, UK in October 2021. The Hope Booth repurposes all telephone booths into 3-minute interactive immersive experiences that combine art and technology to produce messages of hope in a conversational format. He is opened up for artists including John Givez, Ecleso, Cam. All right, I was like Cam, and was featured in an open mic by Genetics. He recently became the 2023 Verb Benders Grand Slam champion, and also was our 2024 Grand Slam champion.
Back.
All right, and is on the Verb Benders Slam poetry team. He then traveled with the team to the Southern Pride Poetry Slam Championship and helped the team finish 3rd in the United States. There's more.
Gotta have a bio.
He also is the founder and director of Slam Connection. We got a lot of Slam Connection board members in the building. A slam poetry-based organization in Williamsburg created to help people of all ages express themselves through slam poetry while also connecting them with the community. In addition to poetry, he was also an educator through the Child Defense Fund Freedom School program for 2 years as a servant leader, intern, and a site coordinator. He loves Jesus and hopes to inspire people to be the best version of themselves through arts and self-expression. Y'all clapping up for Atlas! I know. It's like you got to read the whole thing. All right, so next up, we are going to call up Daniel. All right, so I'm going to also put this into his bio. That he just released a book called Room 1309. We will be wrapping up. So Daniel Garwood is a 25-year-old poet from Detroit, Michigan, coming off of an extremely active rookie year in slam where he represented Hampton Roads 2023 Verb Benders Slam Team. Daniel is now a board member for Slam Connection, where he helps facilitate workshops and film for Williamsburg's growing art scene. Y'all clap it up for Daniel! And then last but not least, we got the TheGYExp. Gary Bynum Jr. Gary Bynum Jr., aka Symay, is a spoken word artist originally from Hampton Roads, Virginia. Throughout his career, Symay has used his gift to mentor and to facilitate poetry workshops with various outreach organizations. Since its inception, Symay has been an active member of the Verb Benders, the adult slam team that represents the Hampton Roads area. A published author last year, G released his first book, Pots, Peace Overthrown Storms, and we are going to be raffling off a copy. Connect with G via social media and email at TheGYExp for booking. So I'm clapping up for the TheGYExp. All right, so this is your 2024 Verb Benders Slam Team. Y'all clap it up for them. So we're gonna start off a little old and then we're gonna get into the new stuff. So all right, so I'm gonna get my ass off the stage and they're gonna give y'all the show. Cool?
Let's go!
All right, let's go!
Let's go, team! Verb Benders! Verb Benders! Verb Benders! Boom! Let's go! Verb Benders.
Thank you for calling 1-800-America. How may I help you?
Should I press 1 for women or 2 for queer?
Ooh, obviously it's confused using the Roe versus Wade protocol, reversing the queue. Thanks for calling 1-800-America. How may I help you?
My sanity been hanging on by a thread. This country keep pulling.
No, we pushing the pill.
It takes weeks to make an appointment for a 30-minute session.
Don't forget about the 3 forms of ID.
But I don't have an identity. My thoughts, Joy White shotgun and appealing.
Reach for the
Y'all
pill.
keep asking me about getting fired, but employment pays for
Pills.
This country served me for a second helping
Suffering, sir. I can't hear you while you're drowning.
when I said I was suicidal, I got a hotline number.
I must have lost you. Thanks for choosing 1-800-America. How may I help you?
Wounded veteran calling for
Collections fund
no, I need a refund on everything that wasn't in that contract.
that you signed in sound mind, not minding that body of fine print found on the back.
No, I need my hand back.
Oh, you deserve a medal. Tell me how you reaching out.
No, I need medical. White vets get heroic medals while black vets get
Put down the list at the DA benefits for less.
being homeless,
Yes.
heartless,
Yes.
limbless.
Yes. Haven't you heard less is more?
This was a bait and switch. I need my hand back.
You can't leave your post no matter how traumatic the stress. Just say on. Thank you for choosing 1-800-America. How may I help you?
You have a collect call from the school to prison pipeline.
How do you get through?
Is anyone there? I was on my way to Penn State, and now I'm in the state pen. I just took the bar exam, and now I'm
Behind bars question, haven't we been throwing the book at you?
No, you haven't. But listen, I heard about this book called Dreams Bound by Shackles, and I probably wrote it, but listen, there's no commas left in my sentence. It just runs on consecutively, but the math ain't mathing.
Sir, you're a statistic.
No, I'm the reciprocal. My life been turned upside down by standardized testing. Testing with private prisons to invest in.
Yeah, the district with the lowest test scores. You are our cash crop and investment.
Your time has
Thank you for choosing 1-800-America. How may I help you?
Excuse me, I've been holding since the 19th Amendment. This is unacceptable.
Period. The question is, are you on your period?
Whatever, it all comes down to the same issue. America's perceived usefulness of my uterus.
Just like you is your man's property. Sweetie, does your husband know your calling?
If I don't want his baby, then I'm a monster.
Uh-huh.
But if I love a woman, then I'm a fetish. And if I don't let you watch, I'm an
Abomination.
abomination. Laws placed on
My
my body.
body.
Bread. Laws placed on
My
my marriage.
marriage.
To having to hold
Control.
Keep me breedable. Since you only see women in one of 2 ways.
Did you press 1 for incubator or 2 for porn category? How about this? Thanks for choosing 1-800-America. Thanks for holding.
Are you a machine or a monster?
Circle, circle, dot, dot. Yes. Know your place and stay in line. You have to remain silent. Shh. This is America, the land of the brave. Patience, the home of the free. Shut up. Patience. This is America.
Everyone's holding.
Let's go!
Why is it that nobody listens until you do something crazy?
Not dumb enough to stand up for herself.
I should have been there for her.
39 years packing these classrooms, and I'm gonna get the one packing. Wait!
Don't you know that every action has a reaction, and if you push, you will get pushed back? How much pressure can you pack into a mason jar before the lid loosens and the dust starts to crack?
If I wasn't so consumed with my own image, I would have seen it.
Not the bullet.
but the chambered anguish enabled by my half-cocked excuses.
And my big kids up and baked in your mama jokes got done.
Your mom's so fat.
Bullies build character, not Columbine copycats capping kids. Classrooms into bathrooms.
How many insults does it take to shatter a fragile mind?
He's like a supermodel for depression.
Does it take killing others?
Fucking nobody.
So nobodies like me are not victimized?
Life is a game of Russian roulette. Dodgeball with bullets.
I can almost spit on the top.
I can almost spit on her. And speaking of spitting, your mom should have swallowed.
Oh, too busy making fun of my clothes to see how much kick I was carrying up in these pumps, almost invisible.
Stupid.
Years of suffering,
Thought.
the pain,
Crazy bitch.
my rage, the trembling finger on the trigger.
Smells like gunpowder. Cafeteria stairs turn firing squads aimed to kill.
I should have paid attention to the little girl and torn like cotton under the scrutiny of being sunned. She snapped, clear as a whip crack. The absence of a clap box
Sound exactly like a cocking gun.
You ain't killed yourself yet?
Maybe if I had eased the weight, your shoulders wouldn't feel so heavy. Maybe this wouldn't have happened.
No greater love than a man shield you from the cliff. Boom! Victims of this killing spree won't respawn in the next room.
We will all feel better if I make it end.
Any question?
Is it too late to embrace you, to save you from yourself?
Life's like stretched wide. Is it too late to offer my life for bail?
Every night she will call me crying about.
It's too late to say I'm sorry. I'll take it all back.
How about you take these bullets? Who will save you now? You will all learn a lesson.
I don't want to die. Are you okay? The loaded question I never asked. Wait, it's backwards.
I'm past these kids passing in classes instead of passing their classes.
Pop quiz.
Is it multiple choice?
What causes more trauma? A, the action, B, the drill, or
C. The answer's always C. See hashtag in prison view.
See my mom crying at the vigil?
Like the moment of silence you will hold for us.
Like our last breath before she removed the safety.
Wait.
All right, keep it going, boys. All right. As Steph so eloquently said before, I am Symay Rhodes, also known as Professor Symay, 1/5 of the Verb Benders Slam Team. How y'all feeling? And I love those two poems right there. They are so poignant to this day and age. They are so purposeful. 1-800. How many people have ever called customer service before? Doesn't that just remind you exactly what happens every time you call customer service? And we call on our politicians, we call on our lawmakers, we call on the people who are supposed to change things in this country. It feels like calling customer service, doesn't it? Like it feels like every time you call for something, they send you to somebody else. Somebody else says it's not my problem. Not my problem says go to the first person and it starts all over again. And that's what happens in 1-800. Anybody that is Gen Z or younger might not even know what a 1-800 number is by now. But because do they still exist? Do 1-800 numbers still exist? Yeah. They do? Okay. I was like, I have not seen a 1-800 number other than on an infomercial. But also Shooter. Shooter is so just true. I work in a school system where kids are bullied every day. Like, and I work in an alternative school, so the kids that are bullied back. And so it's like you see how the lid loosens. And
that starts to crack.
Yeah.
It's like I see the characters, every character in that poem on a daily basis. Been teaching for 5 years, not 39, but yeah. I'm tired of these kids passing instead of passing classes. Like it's a thing in 5 years. Like it doesn't take 39 to realize what is going on in our schools. And violence is normal to our kids. Baby girl was shot at the carnival last weekend. It was one of my students' cousins. And the kids came into school laughing about it.
What?
Like it was normal. It was like, yeah, she shouldn't have been fighting. She shouldn't have. That was the start of every sentence about that girl's death was she shouldn't have. It wasn't, they shouldn't have shot. It wasn't that's a tragedy. It was, yeah, it happens every year. It's like, y'all should know it happens every year at the carnival. Like, why is this? So it's normal. But I'm gonna do some poems.
Oh yeah.
That part. I like it.
Thank you.
I like them too sometimes.
Sometimes.
This first one, I think I'm gonna start high and then go a little bit lower. No, I mean start low and go a little bit higher. So, goes right along the lines of Shooter and 1-800. I don't like guns. Guns kill people. People with guns kill people. Bullets kill people. Guns with bullets in the hands of people kill people. However you want to chop it up, that's the way it happens. And we have made it so the only way to stop people with guns is other people with guns. So, yeah.
Talk about it. Come on now.
Talk your stuff.
My mama said that guns were like curse words.
Come on.
Used only as a last resort, never as a first resort. They show a lack of morals, or or self-control, and they should never, under any circumstance, be used around children. But now, America uses guns like curse words, indiscriminately, loud and proud, like an anthem. I heard one on the playground. 2 kids wanted to swing. One decided to slide. The court wished the pump was fake, but the shot of riding the pine.
Come on.
Box. Check on the kids because they using them in the school. School board suggested shoot. Teachers use them too. Art class or ammunition. You get the big picture. But did you ask that little baby how that gun got to you? You saw power in little Uzi. Till you watched Tommy put a ghost down. Now they got ghost guns. They hit switches. That chopper hit a young boy and turned a block into a ghost town. Question. Who got the Holy Ghost now? And they're using them in the church. But they taught us to say amen after we pray. Now they are amen after us pray. So I pray that this gun jam be a goddamn between our bodies and the blood flooding the street because we are drowning in it. And I assure you that life's a beach where we are cattle at the slaughter, a bunch of bulls split by the piece and the bodies give a funk. You can tell by the stink that they niggas on reform. Just remixing what you heard, remixing what you heard in a rap song before, because they have censored the Sandy Hook out of our vocabulary.
Come on.
Debating the names of safe guns. Like heck, ain't the same as hell with a demon sound from it. Like a silencer ain't loud enough to leave a school empty. Like a funeral ain't loud enough to censor a bullet wound injury. There are days where I have to choose between my peace and my peace.
Come on.
And my mama said, if I ain't got nothing nice to say.
Right.
Come on, come on, come on.
Now, if you know me, you know I don't use curse words publicly outside of my vehicle on 64. I joke.
64 do that to you.
It just did. But for real, I try as much as possible not to use those words. But I was like, how can I cuss in a poem without cussing in a poem? And that was it. And I have next poem. I don't do this one as much as I used to. People compliment this poem. I don't know. I know why, because I be writing dope stuff, but I don't be knowing why.
Come on, talk your stuff.
I tried to write a poem about there's this thing in any anime fans.
Yes.
Y'all know that every green character in anime is black, right? Like Piccolo, Pycon, all of them.
Pycon got did wrong.
Pycon got did wrong.
All right, there's some actual Dragon Ball Z fans over here. I'm gonna let them stay in the corner over here. That's a terrible television show, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah. Hold on, he's from Detroit. I'm scared of him. Yeah, this poem came about for me attempting to write that poem, and it turned into something totally different. I was thinking about green characters in anime, and one stood out specifically. Season 1, episode 4 of Pokemon. Ash Ketchum has a Pokemon named Metapod. He meets a fellow Metapod trainer, and after minutes of emitting male ego, they place Metapod against Metapod, and kind of odd. Because Metapod is this vulnerable cocoon that only learns one move, hardening. Raising its defenses by tightening its skin, both trainers order both Metapod to harden until they keel over and faint. Because once a Pokemon uses all of its moves, the only thing it can do is struggle. This episode let me know that Metapod was black. Wait, no, let me explain. See, Metapod was taken from freedom, placed in captivity, told to fight for massive enjoyment, made a plaything to be toyed with, a gladiator with no propensity for violence, and the only move to make, harden, prepare for danger. Like being raised in a red Pokeball project won't enough. Poised in front of somebody that looks like me, the order, toughen up. Because when it's black against black, no matter which one of us wins in this mirror match, we both get bad luck because we are the ones carried to battle, but the math don't add up. They look at us like metal, hardened shell, waiting to become shrapnel. They tell us to brave our issues back to back to back to back, but never give us the mind to adapt. Matter of fact, Metapod evolves from Caterpie. The Caterpie can learn tackle. So Metapod was stripped of its ability to fight its monsters the moment they learned to take more punishment. So black boys have to become men before middle school because daddy lost his battles in streets. Black boy hardened. Losing a childhood because a village raises a child with the hood, forces them to evolve. Black boy hardened, fighting types of depression because every lesson feels like it's tough as a fist. Black boy hardened, safety becomes something learned to be turned off. Black boy hardened, black boy shows so many hardened, black boy now struggle. Future wife approaches first kiss, black boy struggle. Son approaches for hugs, black boy struggle. Daughter wants a daddy that's more than just present, black boy struggle. Trying to distinguish anger from love, black boy struggle. Black boy is affected by trauma. Trauma is super effective. Black boy is now confused. Why? He can only struggle when all they taught him to do is harden. Isn't it crazy? Like cocoons are made to harden so much that they break and let out something beautiful. But what if we harden so much that we never let the inside out? Y'all, thank y'all. We're gonna bring the Verb Benders Slam back up. All right. We have a very good book coming up. If you want it signed, just wait till I get off stage. I can't see none of the names. Okay, this one. All right. The winner is ticket number 424963. You have won a copy of Poetry is Like Medicine. All right. Give it up for Caroline. Give it up for the Verb Benders.
Hold on, to get y'all all in the camera view, let's move that to the back. Yeah, and then y'all come up a little bit and then move this way because Breeanna is all the way off camera. This way. Yeah, this one you're gonna have to be real close to each other. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. We can't see Atlas in the frame.
I'm here.
Yeah, y'all Symay and G move a little bit this way. Just so yeah. And then yeah, we can okay. All right.
In plain sight.
Corruption under your nose. Taste the deception.
Sweet sound to cover up. Feels like more paid.
Police brutality, make it make sense.
If seeing is believing, then protect and serve.
Looks like
blue hammers striking black nails.
Looks like
shoot first, ask questions later.
Looks like
everyone is legally blind to injustice. Tunnel vision so blatantly bright.
you should see the headlines.
They thought they saw a
Gun.
They are scared for their lives. Never apologize. Just say
Hindsight is 20/20.
Administrative leave.
An award to reward them.
Teachers of pharmacy at eye level.
You get the visual.
My face wasn't made to be beaten frigid. Dehumanization is chilling.
He's not resisting.
I'm just minding my business. My presence free to burn for your privilege.
Why is this normal?
Cuffs on my hands, been trying to thaw out my heartbeat, but somebody got their knee on my neck.
He's not moving.
Ice me with a clip full of Harriet Tubmans, carving underground railroads for my soul to escape from.
The frostbite's way different down here.
Cases closed like caskets cold as winter tombstones.
It's just another Tuesday,
and today stinks.
like racist breath, like blue privilege. If only we had a government.
Burning. Black on the back burner. Aim at the black back, even if they innocent.
Smells like a setup.
Like politic and public service, all potpourri over the smoked meat.
Covering up dead bodies stinks. Musty like cheap
The
cologne.
misrepresented evidence punching as a boiling pot of piss.
Smells like
Right where y'all living.
And
dying.
The aroma of fresh cut
Riots.
a cocktail of tear gas.
Cop cars on fire.
Smell the bullshit.
The baton bites into my body like I'm Sunday dinner and mama just said grace.
Pepper spray leaves me salty.
I taste like revolution with a dash of militants.
Some just eat it up.
Who knew 44s could turn me 4 for 4 for the first 48 and never asked for sweet and sour, but somehow still got barbecued.
Assault and batter, then fried.
One bullet salty enough to stroke the communion in the two sides, with an aftertaste sweet enough to diabetically kill us slowly.
Chew, swallow, repeat.
I sing a solo recorded by body cams. The masters are owned by massive racism, so infectious.
I can't resist the beat.
The click clack, like whip crack, assume the position.
Shouting gets lost in translation. Pain rings in our ears.
Silence the body, under arrest. You hear serve and protect.
I hear gunshots. Being black is Russian roulette.
With a bullet in every chamber. And when it goes off, there's no longer a boom.
Just a deafening silence in the room.
Hey, y'all move a little bit this way, so y'all are.
Try to go to Wendy's after this.
To be black is to be a gun.
Although there are amendments and laws that allow open carry, there are still places that don't like our kind.
Guns are harmless. They only go bang.
After the pressure is applied, after it gets all the ammunition it needs,
Since some of us have a safety, we see red when you flip that switch.
We all have a trigger, some heavier than others.
we chamber our emotions to remind ourselves that we never duck the smoke.
See, me and guns got a lot in common.
That's why I keep a gun so black.
The United States government can start playing to it. The clip non-conservative and the magazine be more empty than the promises politicians be popping out at us.
I got a gun so black.
Black that I scraped off the cereal, so to never know who his father is.
I got a gun so black
That is powered by crack powder, shooting up in vain.
they don't sell respect on street corners. I got a gun so black.
Black when it gauge 12D shells know how to kick through the pavement.
I got a gun so black.
that its presence be a protest. Primed,
Clock for change.
aimed at aimless laws with clips full of activists.
I got a gun so black.
It was raised by niggas and naturally nuts when we buck.
I got a gun so black.
Hey, bro, John Morant's still taking pictures with it.
I got a gun so black.
If that thing be spitting.
I got a gun so black.
The clip be longer than Mandela's Walk to Freedom, and we gon' let it ring. The kickback strong enough to make Dr. King's dream shake.
I got a gun so black.
that if I shoot,
And I shoot,
they'll call it gun-on-gun violence.
as if there's a difference.
As if we really needed the specifics. Wait,
Reload.
make sure the clip fits.
I got a black so
Gun,
gun.
it feels safer at home.
I got a black so gun.
The drum full of cousins, barrel longer than a Thanksgiving table.
I got a black so gun.
The cops keep clutching me.
I got a black so gun.
Genetic, it's got 4C hair.
Yeah, no, it don't.
No, okay, you're right.
But it do got weed extendo. I got a black so gun.
That we bring it to the liquor stores and the grocery stores and the barbecues and the family reunions I got a black
so gun,
and the gun
so black,
that
that
now
now
it has become a part of me. Now I'm never lacking.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Mm.
You're ready.
I'm here, I'm present, and praise God for being here and being present.
Amen.
Poem. So I went through what I wanted to do, and I still don't know. I never know, even in slams, I just jump up and do the thing. I'm going to do that here. And I'm definitely going to practice one because I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do that because I'm getting more comfortable not having to be perfect all the time and be polished. I'm getting more comfortable actually not having to always present it done. I toil so hard over my craft and what I give, and it's just wanted to be the thing. And this is the thing I'm always asking, and it's been the thing, and sitting in that. So
That was a poem.
appreciate it. I be freestyling. What I'm gonna do is read, and I just made that decision right now.
Yeah.
Do that.
My mommy prayed for me, had me on her mind. My father's hands consumed, squeezing her stomach tight as praying hands empty. Mommy, the rusty oven kept scorching trays of burnt buns miscarried back to God. Her womb was a grave site. Till one night, mommy got heavy with delight, and I became the sun they said wouldn't shine. Oh, my mama, I was a miracle. Baby Jesus, I grew up navigating oceans of uncertainty, though. I grew up surfing eggshells. I felt like I was walking on water. My childhood was a sick masterpiece of manners with a pinky up. It was a perfect children. Don't move. We never go ripping and running through the house. We play like we furniture. We freeze. In every corner we in, we smile. Cheesing while we being screamed on. You ain't nothing but a lazy boy, sluggish. Come stay. I wish would have went down the drain in and out of my house. Verbal abuse still strikes a blaze like isolation. My childhood was a quiet cower in a drafty corner of my mind, echoing perfect children like me get quick licks of venomous spit, and then you ain't nothing but smile. Why you smiling? Look at that one. Always smiling. All them play clothes. My play clothes were kept properly pressed, pristine, constantly kept up, perfect. Such an appearance, perfect children smile while cleaning up the emotional messes the adults make. They leave, they go to work, then they always come back. Why my house ain't clean? Like I told you before they left. I tried to come back and be the perfect kid. Who you getting smart? I'm not trying to get smart with you. I'm just being as perfect as I can be. Who you taught you that? Nobody, right? I've been trying my best without your example. Trying to be happy, trying to be smile, trying to be perfect. God made me, and I heard you don't make mistakes.
That part. That lazy boy.
That's a work in progress.
It's a work.
Progress is crazy.
We play in the house like furniture, but you ain't nothing but a lazy boy. What?
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
See? I go to my friends, I get help from my friends. And you should get help from your friends. And I don't care what level you're on. Get help from your friends. I go to workshop out when I go to on Tuesday. You right there. Go to the workshop. Get better at your craft. That's what you say you want to do.
That's a bar.
Boom shop. All right. And then we'll do a poem without that. There we go.
Bomb.
Bomb. My father called me because I couldn't, and then he just gonna laugh. Like, one, I loved you sound like Daddy. One, Daddy loving you was like hugging sand, paper, hoping that your abrasive nature would fade, and I will embrace smooth too, loving you. Hurt through your word was God, like let there be three. Grandma say God and love the same. Through that I God you, but I wish you were more like love. Four, abusive, breath smack, blasphemous. Four, neighbors telling now. They say they can't see or hear the help me, but I know they felt. And my mama screaming for years. I probably feel not the softest on the way down to upsetting. I stand five, kicking down troops and thrown up hands on both sides of surrender. You learn to apologize for everything. I'm sorry. I'm just so scared of smearing this perfect smile over my scars before the Joker chuckled. It trendy as dad jokes. The punchlines just crack me up to pieces and stitches, and the ER routinely asks, so how do you keep them scars? Don't worry, I'm only gonna throw them to smile fetch 7 stitch. Boy, don't remember learning to walk, but I always recall the sound of eggshells around my paw, cracking me up. Cousins, oh, you a father figure, daddy, but you figure a father figure. Feel like, hey, mommy, you so divorced to running away. It's okay if I'm gone before the street lights come on. 9 is time. 9 is God's time. 9 is understanding that you are a little boy. With a little boy, you was never able to be 1-0. Come on, daddy. Always forgets about the 0, meaning the whole entire hole that I expected to pour into me, meaning my father, who had ever only been filled with empty. Father, forgive me, for I knew not present. Bo, how about we exchange forgiveness this Christmas for the little boy in you who was never able to be one? I've been counting calendars, counting past hurts. Shit, I could have known you harder than your ass hurts, but it works like a whistle going up to heaven, hoping my daddy can hear me when it hurts like one. Daddy! Sometimes it breaks. If you still in that phone, get the hell out of it.
You said, wake up.
Right. It is art to be vulnerable, and it's to know that you can be in that place and take people there without having to exist in that space. It is to create that art so that you can be there and bring people out from where you have come from. This is out of the darkness. This is how we are empowered by our testimony. Testimony being real life. Testimony being a good segue to this book that I'm about to raffle.
Come on!
Peace Overthrown Storm. Yeah. I mean, I wrote it. Wow. You can get a copy if you're not here to get this. It's on Amazon. Oh my God.
Amazon.
Right. Facts. It's $25 and it's 150 some pages of poems. Facts.
Wow.
So,
That's a
what
bargain.
about it? You will get that. I say this, I'm going to pour this. But this is also a healing journey. This is a dedication and a love letter to my mom and to every mother who's ever been in the fire, in the boiling pot. To every person who's ever been in the boiling pot, this is how I got over that through words and writing. It's so cathartic. It means healing. And if you're talking about writing is for you, is healing, then you actually have to fucking heal. You have to heal at the end of that. And that's, I praise God for being on this side, still in the process, but I praise God for the work and for being able to show up and being authentically here. I'm done. That's what I be doing now. The TheGYExp. Follow me on all the social things. The TheGYExp. Thank you. Ain't got to. I come here. My teacher would be so mad at me if I did not do that on stage in front of people. I would get beat up in class. That's 9, 6, 6. Yeah!
Yeah, don't put it back in there.
I did, but I see it.
Okay.
I was like, mwah. And I love Maddie. Thank you.
Before we bring up our next poet, I just want to advertise because we're still raffling off shit. So 1 for 5, 3 for 10. Come see me. Okay, bye. Our next poet's coming to say bye.
Yeah.
Bring the mic back to the front.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hi. Wonderful.
Good to see you on this beautiful first day, right? All right. I'm used to doing poems. I'm not used to talking about them.
first poem I'm gonna do. What can I say about this one? This first poem I'm gonna do is the first poem I was proud of. This poem was my journey in learning how to be a slam poet. And I had done one slam before, and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come up to the venue, or down to the venue rather, and I'm gonna do the Welps qualifier that was here, because that sounds like a great idea after like a slam and a half. And I needed a 2-minute piece, and so I wrote this one because the summer of last year I saw the Barbie movie one time and made it my entire personality, which got me thinking about how I was never allowed to play with brat dolls growing up.
Come on.
They were a bad influence, raunchy fashion, too much makeup, and they would look so much prettier if they just smiled. No. I aligned more closely with an American Girl doll. Teeth gap, chubby cheeks, modestly dressed, and undeniably childlike. It was until I realized that I got catcalled less when I no longer looked my age. Poachers seeking easy prey tend to prefer kittens over a fully grown lioness, and so Barbie's plastic shell became my armor. I remained unopened in my packaging so as to not lower my resale value, and I would never go anywhere without my included accessories, like pepper spray designed to look like lipstick, or nail polish that could detect drug drinks. After all, rape victim Barbie isn't very marketable. But life in plastic is fantastic, and it is your key to survival as a Barbie girl in a modern world. You must remain rubbery enough to smooth talk your way around telling a man no, but sturdy enough to remember that if you lock your elbows in place while your hands are against his chest, it'll make it harder for him to put his body weight on top of you. This should buy you enough time to dig your pink heels into the thing that Ken doesn't actually have beneath his boxers. If you're lucky, no one will tear open your box, remove the twist ties from your waist, cut off your hair with their craft scissors, color your skin with their black and blue markers, or remove your head from your body in a fight over who you belong to. After all, you only have value if your condition is like new. That's why I pray each day for a perfect body manufactured by Mattel. Ma, tell me how you survived this long in a war zone of a shelf in which G.I. Joes meant to fight for what they want and never take the word no. Oopsie, I'm sorry. I have a few factory defects. I think it's time for me to go take my medication. This next poem was the first poem I ever wanted to write. And it's the most recent one I did. Well, kind of one more recent ones I did. I had this topic in mind for a while. And I really prayed over this poem and kind of wrote rendition after rendition after rendition of how to appropriately tell this story. From Orlando, and I was 18 when the shooting happened at the Pulse nightclub. And even if you didn't know someone who passed in the shooting, you knew someone who knew someone who passed in the shooting. It very much shook the community, and to this day, it continues to shake the community. And so I really wanted to do it justice. And so, yeah, that's where we got this piece. So I'm going to need everyone to please raise 2 fingers for me, just like this. Place them firmly on the neck, just behind the ear, and I want you to keep. Listen to the cadence of your heartbeat as it tells the story. Maybe it's fluttering, like mine was the first time I laid eyes on my girl. She was the first person I met when I moved to Orlando, and she had this way of just getting me out of my closet, out of my shell, out of my house, or maybe it's beating hard and steady like the heavy beats that shake the nightclub floor where my friends gather to celebrate my birth. The thing about the queer community is we stick together. Even though we're not connected by the same blood pulsing through our veins, we are still each other's life. Now imagine your heartbeat quickening on the sweaty dance floor, your hand intertwined with the love of your life as the noise starts to make your ears ring. There's a woman at the bar screaming about someone taking shots, and the beats of the too loud music masks the sounds of screaming, and someone taking shots feel your heartbeat ricochet faster than the rounds of a semi-automatic. Each pop of your veins against your fingertips like a tiny bullet. Each pop in your ear, another body on the floor, another hole in your lifeline. Yes, hello officer, my girlfriend has been shot and I cannot feel her pulse. Yes, we're at pulse. No, I won't run away. I won't leave her. The thing about the queer community is we stick together without each other. So many of us would die alone. I will not let her die. There are too many gay kids with bullets. Gay kids who, after years of being told their heartbeat was a mistake, raised 2 fingers to the trigger, placed the barrel firmly on the neck just behind the beer. Gay kids whose blood could be spilled but not donated. Gay kids who not reserved the right to bear a child in their arms. Gay kids whose lives could be ended by weapons legally acquired long before they could legally acquire a marriage certificate. But I heard they put a memorial up for us on Orange Avenue. 49 faces, a gallery of too many gay kids with bullet holes in them. Thousands gather to offer their prayers to the same God they believe already damned us, and they preach their promise to never forget. You always promise to never forget. But how many of you have let your fingertips drop from the place I had asked that they stay, arms heavy from carrying the weight of being the ones whose heartbeats can still tell your stories? But I can't. In a world full of so many gay kids with bullet holes in them, how could I possibly ask you to remember one more? Thank you, guys.
I had it up the whole time.
Appreciate you. I know you see this poem before, but appreciate you.
As soon as you
I was like, I know what room I'm doing this to.
Get me this down.
How y'all doing tonight?
How you doing tonight?
I'm chilling.
Are you gonna do one of my favorite pieces?
Maybe.
You always switch it up at the last minute. Can we see love?
This room is full of inspiration. That's full of inspiration. And one, I'm gonna do the poem that I was the happiest, right? Because Breeanna is one of the people that inspired me a lot, for sure. She started a year ago, and literally it's like, so I get to watch. I got to help somebody not make the mistakes that I made when I made 15 years ago. Right? So that's been very inspiring. So I'm gonna do that poem for sure. When I first started doing slam, it said don't date your poems. Don't do a poem that is like, don't write a poem about something that happened a while ago. Just forget it, right? Like 2 fingers. But I struggled to write a poem about the incident that happened with Breeanna, right? Because all my poems are black. That's a real thing. Every poem I write is black. That part is I got 500 and something poems in my notes app, and if you type the word black in, it'll show 487 poems. So all my poems are black. Right?
That's a poem right there.
Literally that. But it was interesting because when I saw the Breeanna Taylor situation, like everybody else, we mourn, we feel some type of way about the community, but I saw a voice that wasn't being heard, and I just wanted to give it that voice, Session 32 of Breeanna's elegy reads, I threw away your love letters. I thought it made me feel it. I finally got you out of my bed, but I still can't get you out of my head. And I know you said you was a ride or die, but I didn't need you to prove it. I'm sorry that you had to hear shots ring before you were able to take ring shots in a hot spring, and now our home is a crime scene and I can't sleep because I smell blood in the box springs. I'm sorry I didn't take you out that night to that Chinese spot that you always like with the General Tso's chicken and the shrimp fried rice. I'm sorry that they took you out that night. Sorry it was for nothing. It wasn't pushing keys. That those packages were just packages. I'm sorry I didn't have nothing that justified the worst knock-knock joke I've ever heard. They said the cops ain't shit. But it didn't matter what was behind that door. All that mattered was that I shielded you, and I wish I could have been John Wick and never missed. Because you was my road dog for real. I'm sorry. The Glock I bought held 12 bullets instead of 16. And I should have bought 2. One for me and one for you, so both of us can match their 32. We were supposed to end like Queen and Slim together forever, and I know you wouldn't want me to say sorry. But can you please ask God why? Why did he miss me? And now I gotta miss you. Why didn't I get up and tell you to stay back? Why didn't I buy a bigger gun? Why didn't I jump in front of you? Why am I still here? Am I still breathing? Am I unholy? Why, God, did you shield me when she was an angel? And they marching for you outside tomorrow. I always knew you would change the world. They said the world will never forget your name. This country will never be the same. Breeanna Taylor was a star. With deadly fame. Baby, you inspired these people. And we thank you for all that you have given, but selfishly, I wish you would have saved some for me, and I would tell you I love you, but I've been struggling with that. You see, I can't shake this feeling that love will never let this happen. I tried to love, but I don't know what love is. If I keep it up there.
Come on,
Give voice to those who are still here. I think it is easy to imagine what someone's voice could be after they're already gone. Fight for people that are already gone, but fight for the people that are still here too. You know, give them some. Man, these microphones, man. It's something about these microphones. I start acting different when I get on these stages.
Come on.
I do.
Really?
The TheGYExp, y'all.
Yeah.
He has inspired me.
A lot of inspiration.
A lot of inspiration. I'm gonna read this poem.
Yeah.
Come on, poet. Read your poem, poet.
I'm gonna read this poem.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't be having a piece of me up here sometimes when I do my poems.
That's what I want.
I want to try to be as free as I can up here.
Let's go.
You got it.
So swans.
Let's go.
Swans are some of the most beautiful and majestic creatures. Swans are some of the only animals that actually go through divorces. Within 2 to 4 years, they pick their partner for life and only get divorced when one of them dies.
Come on.
Unrelated, swans are also one of the largest flying birds in the world. They spend the majority of their time on water, which means they spend a lot of their time kicking. And when I learned this, I realized I was a swan. Not just because of the divorce or the weight that I've been carrying, but the kicking. Because sometimes kicking doesn't look like kicking. It looks like the fact that I've slept in my car more times than I would ever admit. It looks like resisting the urge to cut a smile on my face so I don't have to keep faking it. It looks like garnished checks on credit card debt. It looks like finding a hoodie big enough to cover the fact that you've been losing weight, but the swan looks like me. Smiling, white teeth, peace personified. Ain't nothing pretty little about my pretty little lies. I'm scared that one day someone will look into my eyes long enough to see that ankle braces don't fix a broken soul. They might hug me tight enough to feel me kicking, but forget that there's a difference between kicking to move forward and kicking to stay afloat, because every gliding swan is just trying not to drown. Spending every waking moment trying not to die. Ain't never looked this beautiful. Ain't never seen a swan sink so sweet, and nobody, absolutely nobody, will throw a swan a life vest because I make chaos look so goddamn pretty because I can fly, right?
Come on.
But I can't remember how to spread my wings. I've been in deep, depressive waters for so long now that all I can do is kick and make it look chill, drown in muddy waters and make it look majestic, struggle, because the only way I know how to express the need for help is kicking, and I know I initiated the divorce, but I can't figure out which one of us fucking died. Was it a murder or a suicide? Do you blame the suicidal or the one who watched it happen? Unrelated. Like that. Swan effect is when people get more attracted the longer they've been in a relationship. And that explains why depression is so goddamn ugly on me. Unrelated. Being without a relationship with myself, you, or anyone makes me feel divorced, which is just unrelated. Swan theory is not about the contrast between the beautiful swan and the kicking chaos underneath the surface. It's about the peace of the ripples. How can this water stay calm when I'm still kicking? How will anyone know I'm hurting if no matter how hard I kick, I can't make a wave? I can't stop looking beautiful and majestic if I can't stop being a swan.
Come on.
Come on.
In the words of G, if y'all feeling that poem, yeah, I'm getting out of here, y'all.
Come on.
So this is a book by somebody. I'm gonna wrap it off.
By somebody.
Talk your stuff, bro.
Who is somebody?
Oh, that's my name. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have that book. It's really good.
It's really good too.
Oh, my book.
Really good.
And then this book just dropped new shit.
And if you don't win the raffle, I mean, we got copies in the back.
No.
Hey.
Everybody can get a book today. All right, so the number is 424-968.
It's something on that side.
Groupies.
Groupies. We setting up.
Also,
I got one.
so
got the,
right, so the further in we are, so we sounded ready.
We're in the all wrong.
Oh wait, it's 5 days, so we're not staggered anyway.
It's the G Chub, bro. It's just Chub. Put money in it. Help us out. And we're allowed to be on this live stream, and you in the 757, your last opportunity to do this will be
it's gonna be Wednesday.
Wednesday at our send off that they're gonna do for us, and then also Monday if you hit Symay, who is the host of Open Mic, will be here. So
Cash app in the comments.
dash app in the comments if you ain't here, you still can't help. I got you.
Scoot over. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Sorry. All right.
Let rip.
All right. If hold on, Breeanna is being covered, so yeah, there. Yep. Perfect. Hey, live stream.
Hey. There are 5 stages of grief. Which one are you on today?
I'm not in denial.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is always fine. So
Why
why?
the fuck did you leave me? No, you didn't even leave. There was no grace of a goodbye. You were taken away, stolen.
No, everything is fine. Like everything is always fine. There's no way see you later can be the intro to an obituary.
That wasn't part of the deal, and I am the world's worst negotiator. I would bargain 10 years of my life to give you 10 seconds of yours. I've been feeling low since the day you went high, realizing
For the 5th time today, your phone dead. Depressed. Down tone of missing you. My confident hand comes back phantom. Limb. Missing you and some digits again, bud.
But you would never let me drown in these emotions. So I'll just hold my breath until you pull me to the surface and correct this mistake.
Why the fuck do people say God doesn't make mistakes? How can I tell the God that took you on purpose? How can they still say
Everything happens for a reason. When I can't get out my bed, I'm both sticky and stuck. I'm a filthy lava finally showering. The sorrows are soaked in. They won't run off as if I
saving for a rainy day. But how much does peace cost? Actually, can I sell a piece of my soul to have quiet? What's the quiet cost of peace? You know what? I don't care what the price is because I can't afford to think about you, but forgetting you would be losing.
You would never turn my heart into a choice cut. You've always been more Ashton Kutcher than Butcher, so I'll keep looking for the cameras and waiting for the
cut? Why the fuck do people why the fuck do I still count on this rosary of blessings that only turn into a string of curses? Fuck the incantation that summons my inner demon. I wonder now if Lucifer truly fell because he was lost, or if he jumped because of someone he had lost. I wonder if Satan never said
everything happens for a reason. You see this every I can't breathe when I'm missing you. These lungs feel empty. Still trying to convince myself everything happens
For a reason. This happened for a reason. I don't deny the difficulty in death. I'm no longer mad at my making decision making. I've taken hands with the hand that I've been dealt, and I've filled the hole left by depression with
everything happens for a reason.
And now I can finally accept it.
There are 5 stages of grief. Which one are you on today?
everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine.
All right.
Every day when you're walking down the street,
Hey!
everybody that you meet
Hey!
has an original point of view.
This poem is brought to you by Juicy Juice,
not from concentrate.
Concentrate, is that when you stare at the nutritional facts for too long?
No, it's when you take the water out the juice, making the most important part.
But isn't water important? How did they decide the important parts of our brain? Which can they would like to squeeze us in?
They tell us to concentrate to work out of
Juice, that was a good movie.
Bishop grabbed the seat.
He wanted it all.
Trying to make
He
himself
wanted it
big.
all, wanted it all, wanted it all, and juice.
Can't you pay attention?
But that was his problem.
He didn't get hyperfixated on one thing.
Man, bro fell off a building, turned into all the juice.
Focus.
Hey, that's the movie with Will Smith when he fighting the aliens. He got that pen make you forget. When he say, look right here.
Focus. No, it's the movie with Will Smith where he's teaching sleight of hand. Because the human brain
Prioritizing everything.
can't pay attention
Alienated by ADHD.
to two things
At the same time, my brain is broke. Paying attention to everything is paying attention to nothing.
Nothing in the dictionary starts with N and ends with G.
What about the word nutmeg or naming?
See, people argue with things like their opinions,
Oh.
really.
T-H-I-N-G.
G, spell it out. It's just a fact.
Fun fact.
People with ADHD start arguments at the release of dopamine.
No, we don't.
See?
I'm just talking to you and my brain talks to me.
Fun fact, people with ADHD are often diagnosed as lazy when in reality,
I overthink each action replays like Groundhog's Day, and 70% of the time I die at the end. So
by the time
by the time my body catches up to my brain, putting myself about the ground is exhausting. Fun fact, people with ADHD learn fun fact.
can't remember.
The human brain
Oh, wow.
cannibalizes itself to preserve gray matter. ADHD is eating me down to the depression, concentrating itself to the corrosion, becoming the focus of my anxiety and floating to just gray matter. Questioning if I still matter. What if today I forget myself into nothing, or give myself the grace to grow? Oh, snap! And I say, hey,
Hey,
what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey.
When you can learn to work and play,
hey.
and get along with these
And
kids.
concentrate. This poem is brought to you by Juicy Juice, not from Concentrate.
Huh?
What? Oh.
The Grand Slam champion. It's the Grand Slam champion. The champ is here. The champ is here.
I know this guy.
Oh, okay.
Same connection.
The champ is here.
How y'all doing tonight?
I'm going to the Spider-Verse.
Hold on. We got here.
He just got here.
Love you guys. I really love y'all. Yeah, so on stage I go by Atlas. Happy to be a Verb Bender this year. Representing Slam Connection out of Williamsburg. What y'all want to hear? Let's talk about that.
Freestyle it.
We ain't doing that. All right. Well, since you said Spider-Verse, let me give some synopsis. Everybody say synopsis.
Synopsis.
We're gonna talk about Spider-Verse real quick.
I like that.
The entire poem takes place in a time loop, right? And the idea is that if your art stops at you, you're not an artist. If you don't if your art stops at you, you're not an artist. The amount of key people in my life that inspired me to even get on stage, because anybody that knows me in my early days knows I ran away from stages. I really was not a person to think I was going to get on stage and do anything, like for real. And the amount of people that said, no, you should write more. No, hey, we got this open mic and we throwing you out there, and I didn't have a piece for it, so I got to write something. Like canon events, moments that really defined my future and ended up defining other people's future. Another thing, if your art stops at you, you're not an artist. And if you think your art is just for you, you're missing the whole point of doing it. I didn't realize how many people needed to hear my story. I didn't realize how many people my voice would impact. So that piece is caught. I'm caught in a time loop because with great power comes great responsibility. I work with kids. That makes me an Avenger. I'm also a poet. That makes me a Peter Parker, an everyday person with radioactive blood flowing through their veins. High school, room 2116. I found out Spider-Man could be a black boy. Since then, I've been swinging through my city, weaving poems together tighter than web fibers to catch someone at their lowest. I'm not a hero.
I'm just proof that art and elbow grease might save someone's life. Like, once I met a boy who didn't know his creativity stemmed from STEM. Science was his passion. Mind bright as the sun. But bullies burnt him out the fastest. He was always glitching, like an anomaly forced to occupy the wrong universe, so they said his superpower was ADHD. Until he got behind the mic, got in our program, started writing, got up on stage and said, I wanted to finish that line, but we ran out of funding. Right now, somewhere across the Spider-Verse, Thanos is snapping his fingers to this poem. But all it proves is that this story never happened. This boy don't even got a name, don't got a face. He don't even exist. And now his universe constantly folds in on itself like a reality. Forced to rewind, reality universe folds in on itself. Boy don't name got Thanos been snapping. Somewhere across the Spider-Verse, there's a reality where we look in the eyes of young people and see exceptional and not just an opportunity for tax exemption. Somewhere across the Spider-Verse, there are friendly neighborhoods where we teach young spiders that they webs can catch dreams and not just cases. Because somewhere across the Spider-Verse, the reason we can do poems in Williamsburg is because somebody told me to do poems in Williamsburg. Because I've been someone's Uncle Ben, someone's living sacrifice, a walking cannon event. This be for every child forced to run miles, moralists, as if they're just anomalies forced to occupy the wrong universe. Because I'm caught in a time loop. Because with great power comes great responsibility. I work with kids, that makes me an Avenger. I'm also a poet, that makes me a Peter Parker. An everyday person with radioactive blood flowing through their veins, that same high school, room 2108. I teach young spiders how to weave poems together tighter than web fibers to catch someone at their lowest. We are not heroes. We're just proof that art and elbow grease will always save someone's life. But somewhere across the Spider-Verse, maybe there's a reality where we're going to keep going with this poetry slam thing. So, again, Spider-Verse, the idea is continuance. This is just my part in the story. All right, this is season 12, episode 5. All right, this story started way back. We are all inspired by somebody, and we are all inspiring somebody, and that person will go. If your art stops at you, you're not an artist. You're a damn. You're walking on the flow. You messing it up. You know, you're a time penalty. All right. Real talk, like real talk. And I think in real talk, I think a lot of artists. There was a two quick stories. Everyone said two stories. Two stories. In War Hill High School, where that poem is about, it's crazy because 10th grade English class, room 2116. Miss Williams, she teaches at Tab High School to this day. She was teaching 10th grade English, and I was too shy to do my poem on stage. She read it for me, and everybody's like, ooh, and ah. Afterwards, she tells me to get on stage and do the thing, right? And it's crazy because now, every Wednesday during the school year, we lead, Slam Connection has an after-school program there. We teach kids how to write, perform, and do this thing. In room 2108, directly across the hall. When I say God slapped me across the head and said, this is what happens when you listen. I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. And it really clicked for me that, oh, this story was never for me. I was just a part of it. And I should be glad I get to be blessed to be in the comic book, right? So, love y'all too. Man.
Seconded.
So yeah, second story. Slam Connection, we did a 6-week program with the Juvenile Detention Center. Detention Center. Every Monday at noon, we go in there and teach the kids how to write and perform like slam poetry. It was impactful. There was a kid by the name of Romello. I'll never forget Romello, man. I think he might be out by now. I'm not sure, but the first week he like ate everything up. The second week we come in there, he comes to Breeanna and it's like he's got this pages of poetry that he wrote in 1 week. In his cell, he's like, bro, what y'all think of these? We couldn't even read everything because we didn't have enough time because there was pages of stuff. One of the most impactful things he said to me is like our 5th or 6th week or something like that is, hey, I'm gonna find y'all when I get out. I was like, it didn't click when it didn't click immediately. I was like, oh yeah, man, yeah, sure. And then I get in my car and I'm like, we might have just changed that man's life.
Yes.
Another thing, if your art doesn't leave the stage, then why are you doing it?
if your art doesn't leave the stage, why are you doing it? That's why we did what we did, the Slam Connection, and doing what we're doing in Williamsburg. We're taking the art and we're taking it off the stage, and using it as a bridge to get to people. And the work has been crazy. One person that I think that would have benefited is a good friend of mine named Dante.
Let's go, Dante.
So as you can tell, I'm a little athletic. I lift a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I used to play football in high school, and oh man, it was terrible because there was no separation between the helmet and my shoulder pad, so I just looked like a little refrigerator. Bro, a mini fridge like that, bro. Walmart mini fridge, a black box, a mini China closet. Yeah, you ever seen a small telephone booth just running down the field? That's what I look like. No, let me stop. But yeah, so Dante, me and Dante were trying out for the high school football team. And before the tryout, I asked him what he was thinking about. I could tell he had a lot on his mind. And he looks at me, eyes heavier than a fourth and long, talking about some, hey, bro, I don't think I'm gonna make it. What you mean? See, Dante was one of the greatest athletes I'd ever seen, but unbeknownst to me, he was already playing a different game, running a different route, toting a different kind of rock, a star running back behind a different kind of block. He already had bigger problems to tackle. Problems like, how was his sister gonna eat tonight? Or what was he gonna do to get off the sidelines to make sure his mama ain't gotta work no more? Hopefully putting a quarter back in her pocket for every time she had to stand up and be the franchise player for the family. Or what was he gonna do to not end up like his father? A West Coast Wildcat locked up on penalties, known for snapping and running plays over the summer. While I was in the weight room getting strong, Dante was outside moving weight, getting strong. And in his last game situation, he was about 5 yards from his digs, selling a cut. Meanwhile, out the corner of his eye, he see trips right, rolling down, gotta put his thumb on the safety to feel safe. Check, motion, running across the formation of his face. What does he do? Does he run or pass? He's got to read the situation. He don't got the option either way, because suddenly it's down, set, click, clack, hut, boom. I told him, life don't come with contract extensions. He said, that's crazy. Because blocks do too. Ball heads whistled by his neck. These them kind of bullets you never want to intercept. Even the fire hydrant was trying to cover too. And about that time later, them boys ran off throwing up their mascots, throwing up their C's. I was just happy that Dante didn't catch charges or bullets that hit harder than CTE. See, Dante done seen cracks in sidewalk turn to yard marks, no end zone in sight, only touchdown. He was off it as if his body touched down on the concrete. He made me a promise, said I'm gonna have my name on the back of a jersey, not my face on the front of a t-shirt. So today, me and Dante trying out for the football team, trying to run routes that don't lead to the grave, trying to tote rocks that don't come with indictments, trying to be a star, running back behind the block that will actually block for us. And after the tryout, I asked him what he was thinking about. I could tell he had a lot on his mind, and he looked at me, eyes brighter than a 1st and 10, talking about some, hey, bro, I think I'm gonna make it.
Let's go!
Real quick, if you don't already follow Slam Connection on Instagram, we're doing a lot of good work in Williamsburg, and we're getting it popping in the city that wasn't popping before. So follow us on Instagram.
Let's go!
Really quick before we bring up our last couple of group poems. I just want to say we have one more raffle left. So I'm just saying, 1 for 5, 3 for 10. So on that note, Verb Benders, so you set it up. Group peace.
Let's go!
That's
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Let's go!
There's a whole lot of hoopla going on right now. Y'all good? Yes.
Y'all love cookouts, right? Coaster and back. Say,
Careful.
picnic is a wicked trip rooted in twisted history.
Back. A rosewood stain of black sap smacked against the
Down, boys. Now get that boy down. Here in Pompano, just like the Chesapeake.
Old Bay Reefs, the Jim Crow seasoning swang, where crabs and good old boys picnic a carpets clean.
As your pops was practically following Padma's family recipe.
Stop my day. The secret ingredient written in America's signature dish, a lynching, must be some fine.
Dine and fine. I admit, magnolia marinated neck, bones, nibbles, and a quiet taste.
Like fang prints and burnt ends, followed by a swallow of white lightning.
Struck in my silhouette. A buffet of scorched mahogany swinging drunk under the influence of
Moonshine arrives at sun's down. Now that's strange fruit served in the zigzag.
The sundown time, the black bits be arrayed.
Somebody been in their ribs, kicking the foxins.
This brand of American picnic is cannibalism. The black meat grills the darkest magic. Bloodthirsty wizards summoning grand, drag-inspired, smoke and
Holy
holy.
Ghost, my Lord, haunting. A clan of spirited hands drawn, calling, and my mama's baby's back.
Oh, relax. There's plenty boy out back drunk. Cooked like chicken, sliced golden crispy, a delicious sliver of.
Brethren, how you sweet. You got a picnic. No, the memory of my child remains.
The silent rain of Dixie runs across your plate of hanging invitation to the orchestrated symphony, a cookout composed of tortured scream strings.
My neck, when America pours in the park like buckets and sheets reaching for a second, helping these curtains for me.
Oh, say, don't you see who's been holding this rope now, y'all? Hang on.
Like African Americans weren't hung, carved under polite conversations and barbecued, bulging eyes, bursting red glare, a noosed delicacy, a stewed scoop of popular opinion bending like the flaccid wheels attached to limbs. For what is girth, this country been swallowing up USD, grade A, BBC, hoping they would grow strong, sucking the vitality out of they big, black.
Y'all come back so we can serve you. Please let me serve you. It's such a second main course. Of course, you're included on the menu.
You still love cookouts. Right.
Just be very careful because guess what?
You know, if black people see someone else running,
We all run.
But why is that?
Slavery.
What do you call running free with nothing to run from?
Frolicking.
Our souls 10 toes to the earth, kicking up dirt, caution to the wind.
In a field wide enough to get the world off my shoulders.
My smile roaring, roaming on dandelion wishes.
My skin glistens the bloom. Hallelujah, Lord, if we don't live and grow as we have been seasoned with garlic,
Onion,
Lowry's.
and understanding.
My past ain't killed me when it had the chance. Frolicking.
We meet at the barbecue.
Saturday morning without mourning.
Big Mama sent us to the store and let us keep the change for snack.
Football in the backyard, rub the dirt in this Neosporin scar.
Frolicking.
Despite the
Frolicking.
Even though
Frolicking.
After all the
Frolicking. Hey, we supposed to insert the trauma right here.
nah, nigga,
We frolicking. Me and my ninjas, we running. Not resisting the urge to frolic.
joyful. The disrobe is light work. Letting go of the guards we've been holding.
Frolicking. Singing that Keisha Cole song off key, finding a love. See how I can provide or protect.
frolicking. Be a black brushstroke Bob Ross in such a happy little accident.
We skip.
Frolic till our bodies bleed Basquiat.
So no one confuse our hopscotch for crip walk.
With rounds measured in millimeters, matching the meters of our march.
Normally concealed, the only weapon we carry is our smash. The joy of a million black boys marching into full frolic shakes the ground. It's hot, warm, and it's black suns with only the sun beating our back. Somewhere under the sun, we frolic.
Full speed into smiles.
We run
Like freedom.
a blessing that we black boys frolic in a space that feels safe enough to play. Like ready or not, Ted, you're it. We frolic.
pretty sure I jumped right in front of the camera.
Yeah, I saw it,
Can I have the 2024 Verb Benders Slam Team on stage, please? Clap it up for them as they're walking on stage. So we're gonna do our final raffle for this bag of ornaments. There's a whole lot of shit in here. So
I have one more ticket left.
I hope y'all got your raffle tickets because we just gonna see. We just gonna see. So who wants to?
Breeanna,
like banana.
I love y'all so much. We have
love you.
tired. Good luck. I'll see y'all next
Thank
week.
you.
We have ticket number 424964.
Yay! Come on down with this bag of So we wanted to present our old and new work. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna just open it up for some quick Q&A. If there's any questions from the audience, I don't know how we're gonna manage the live stream questions, but if you want to drop some questions in our chat, is there a chat?
Yeah, there's chat.
Okay. If you would like to drop some questions in there, we'll just check like every 2 seconds. But yeah. Yeah, anybody wanna? Kaz, what would you like to ask us? Let me get the hell out of the way.
It's a comment turn question. Breeanna, I think that you have just done some amazing shit. And I'm saying that one because you just did some amazing shit. You could have been slamming for 15 years and I would have been like, you just did some amazing shit. But being as new as you are, and I know this is your first time being on a team, correct? How did that transition go from like maybe doing open mics or maybe when you first started to slam and within like the last year to actually coming onto the team and writing with the team, editing, choreographing and everything? How was that transition for you? Because I think you did amazing.
Thank you. It wasn't as rough as I was expecting it to be. And it's thanks to these pals right here, honestly speaking. They've very much been pillars of support for me in that transition. I won't say it wasn't rough because it was very fast and I didn't know what I was doing whatsoever. My first open mic ever that I presented any poem was a year ago last month. And so this whole transition from start to finish was all over the place. Exciting, thrilling. There's so much to learn from the community, and it's thanks to not just them, but everyone in this room, honestly, and beyond, that I have been able to absorb knowledge from and also comfort from and support. And everyone has been so wildly supportive of me that I, even in my moments of doubt, was brought down very quickly from that. So I expected it to be a lot more difficult jumping on the Verb Benders team. I remember my first Verb Benders meeting, I kept having this mental image of there's the Verb Benders and there's me, right? And so I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe I'm talking to the Verb Benders right now, and then I'm on the Zoom call for a reason. And you know, they've really helped it sink in for me and made the transition very, very smooth. Hope that answered the question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions from the audience? There wasn't any in the chat. Well, I have a question for you guys. I presented this question at our WELP send-off. If there's one thing that you could change about slam, what would it be? Whoever want to answer, or if everybody want to answer.
There was one thing that changed about slam. I want to say it's like using a flathead screwdriver in a Phillips spot, right? It's like it's working, but it's not being used for what it should be used for, right? And I feel like slam is a great way of one, expressing emotions, right? Which we got to see today, giving voice to different feelings, giving voice to things that don't have voices, and also reconnecting with the community as well, and showing people that they can have a voice, showing people that they're not alone as well. Like, finding family, finding community, finding friends. And if there was one thing I would do, I would I would try to change the interpretation of it and make sure everybody knows that slam is a lot bigger than the stage.
Agreed.
If there was one thing I could change about it, it would be kind of like Breeanna said, like the fact that it was like this community so relevant. Sadly, that's not the case today. But there's a lot of slam scenes, not just throughout the country, throughout the world, really, wherever you go, where it can be kind of gatekept. There's a lot of places, there's a lot of politics you can deal with. There's a lot of things you can run into when it comes to slam. It's almost, there's so much stuff in the orbit of slam that you forget it's about opponents. You forget it's about getting on stage and being vulnerable. You forget it's about the community. You forget it's about all of the things or the reason why you even started doing it. If I could change one thing about slam, I would make it a point to where, like, if you're going to be an artist, like with an area or with a place or anything like that, I would make it to where it's like you can't speak for someone you've never seen.
If I were to change one thing about poetry slam, it would to make it more accessible. In the sense of this is a sport. Like, we compete. I look at poetry slam the same way I look at basketball. Like, there are folks that are in the NBA, but there's a basketball court in every neighborhood. Like, why can't we have a pickup poetry slam wherever, whenever, on a random Tuesday, a random Thursday, and like, hey, let's go do poems, but then have the respectability of the sport to know when, like, oh no, this is the NBA. This is no longer a pickup game. This is like, they're really good. Like, but we can do this for fun. Like because NBA players still run pickup. Like, that's still a thing that happens. There's never a time where this, like, should be so competitive that it's no longer fun. But it also shouldn't. And there should, like Atlas said, it shouldn't be like a entrance, like, requirement to do it. Like, and you shouldn't, even though, like, there's never any like said standard of for you to do this. Like, you should be like promoted to. I wrote my first poem today. Go slam with it. It doesn't matter if it was the worst thing you will ever write in your life, because it probably is, because it's the first thing you wrote. You're gonna get better. But yeah, go slam with it. See what people think. Their opinions. They tell you that you got some work to do. That's it. Their opinions, if they gave you a 0 or a 10, who cares? We wrote it at the end of the day. And I think we put so much impact on what people think about art that we stop, like, having fun with it.
It's a thing. I was like the most sensitive stuff. I don't want to talk about the favorite word. I agree.
All right, Maddie, that's a question.
I know working in a team is totally different. When you sit down and write a poem, or when you're writing with other people, especially different people who are going to think differently than you or that work differently, it can be tough. I want each one of you to pick one person and say how that person has inspired you, just in a few words. And you cannot repeat the same person. So, for example, Atlas, if you pick Breeanna, nobody else can pick Breeanna. You have to pick somebody else.
You got a writing prompt. She didn't say if I had to go first.
Somebody, just to get it started.
I'm going to pick G. How he has inspired me. He looks very inspiring.
Maddie looks very inspiring. Look at him.
But no, honestly though, but just opening up my eyes to what poetry is. Less what slam is and more what poetry is and what poem is. because I mean, I didn't go to school for it. You know what I'm saying? I just learned what everybody else learned in high school. But like this G is the epitome of like what a poem can be, right? What a poem can be, literally, and also getting on the stage and finding freedom, right? Not feeling chained or locked into whatever emotions that you have, or feeling like you need to put on the face for the people here. Although we all do that for 3 to 4 minutes every single time G gets on the stage, you get to see freedom, and definitely very inspiring.
I'm going to go. And I'm giving this to activists. Because facts, Atlas broke the cement here. I'm not stuck here anymore. I don't have to be here. Somebody that can do things here. I praise God for you for growing and showing and challenging. I say this to say that I've been winning with the same poem since the beginning, just about. And I praise God that they didn't this time. That I can grow and I can go do other things. And to have somebody like you come and do that one masterfully. I told Symay in the back, I said, I can appreciate this poem a lot better than you're not using against me. but I say that because iron sharpens iron, and praise God for the iron that appears to sharpen, because otherwise great minds get dull.
Yeah.
If you're the best one in the room, you have to go into a room where you're not the best one and get cut up and get better. And that's how, so now say that to say is, yeah, it's time to go out. That's part of the reason it's time to go out for me. And not only just to be versatile, but to express myself and find those other avenues of poetry that will do that. So thank you for being you and for being awesome. It took level, category, it took dedication to do that. It took you showing up, and just as a person also, what you've been doing with Slam Connection is also the thing. And my whole team inspires me like only one person. So yeah, that's what shall I eat?
I guess I would next. Person that really inspired me, I mean, do that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard of it, Man Nights. But specifically, if y'all don't know Daniel, y'all know he got that dog. And I remember when I first really started getting on stage, went to Liberty University, they had open mics, and I was just freaked with that because I was so hungry to just get better, to do the thing, get on more stages and try this thing, because I was forced onto the stage, found out I was like, oh, I can do this. I was hungry, and I peaked. The running joke was that I was off campus more than I was on campus, and I remember that drop. I remember that dog. I remember that hunger. I remember when Daniel first comes in, starts slamming, and then starts going everywhere, going to every slam ever, and doing well, right? Just getting outside. It was crazy. And seeing his hunger, then coming back and the knowledge. Like, when I say there's a reason why he's helping to strategize a lot of what we do on Slam Connection and stuff like that, because he made his knowledge base about slam, performance, all this stuff, and how to control the room is insane. But even then, he has a heart for people on top of that. So I was like, seeing you get out there and do what you was doing, it reignited that thought. And I was like, okay. Now we can get this locomotive going. So yeah.
Okay, me and Breeanna, but I'm
Because
gonna
it's
You're a match.
Breeanna has definitely inspired me. Well, I was gonna say this year, but it's obvious this year because last year, Breeanna has inspired me. One, in that instance of like when you're built to do what you do, that's kind of that's kind of the thing. And she also inspired me to just like understand that the work is not done. Like the writers thing Grand Slam, if everybody in the building was at that thing. No.
Came down to a tie.
Yeah, it shouldn't have. That's the point that I'm making. It's like I realized like I can slam really, really well now. Like I can play this game with the cards in my hand really, really well. Like, you know, if you play cards, you play spades, like there's a good spades player sees 4 on a possible and makes 6 books. I got 4 on a possible. And I've been making 6 books in a lot of places that I shouldn't. And Breeanna made me realize that because I went to the Writers Den Grand Slam and I already knew I was punching up. Like I knew that there were people in that slam that on paper I was not better than. Did I go in thinking I was going to lose? Absolutely not. I don't think I'm going to lose ever. Like when I get on stage. Partially his fault. Atlas already told you all the stuff. But when I stepped off stage, I was thinking I made it because I did the thing. And then Breeanna does the poem you heard about like 3 hours ago when we first started the show. Yes, they match. And I was like, I made it to this tiebreaker round because like you can't get higher than a 30 in a poetry slam. Like I left there like I won. But she had the best poem in the entirety of the slam. And I was like, yeah, I know how to play this game, but do I really like perform at a level, right on a level, like do this on a level where not competition wise, just do I do this well? And there's space to get better.
Symay, definitely inspired me a lot. First of all, by being one of my favorite poets, period. One thing about coming into slam so recently is that these people, I was fans of these people long before I was their teammate. So it's sometimes surreal. I'm like, oh my god, it's one of my favorite poets right there, guys. And I'm sitting at like a dining room table with them. But I think that Symay was the one I met most recently, or really got to know most recently out of everyone here. And he's definitely changed the way I look at my writing. Getting the opportunity to work with him for pieces has been imperative to my growth as a writer because I never stopped and sat in my poems for as long as he calls me to do so. When I'm looking at his work and how he's going through his thought process, I'm like, man, I skipped from thought 1 to thought 100 and I called it a day, forgetting that there's, the other 90 more in between that. And so it really getting me to stop and sit in my work and hold myself to a higher standard and not just spew out exactly what I'm thinking, but take the time to sit with it and curate it into a piece that hits, that really will speak the truth that I'm trying to speak and not just be my random ADHD thoughts on paper, which is what I was doing for a lot of the time up until then. But also as a person, Symay's energy very much grounds me and keeps me, he's that, I feel like everyone kind of has their own different breath in this team, and he's the that I need to get me back on the ground. So that's Symay, that's the professor. Love it.
Any other questions from our lovely 1 million people in the audience?
Any questions in the chat?
It's just a lot of, oh my God, y'all are so good. Thank you all for sharing your heart with
ART capitalized. Any other questions?
Question for the coach.
One more question. This is for anybody. Does anybody have, considering your group pieces, does anyone have one that resonates with them a little bit more than
Whether or
the
not, that's the one. It's a perfect group piece. I mean, it's a perfect poem.
Which one?
Whether the G Daniel Breeanna, it is a perfect poem. It does exactly what it's supposed to do on every level, on every note. If it's not a 30, the judges are stupid. And I really don't yeah, that one.
I would say that one because in case y'all didn't know, we're still staying in Williamsburg. And every time I hear that, I hear the underbelly of that city. So it hits a little different. So that one, definitely never lacking. Never lacking too, because like, even again in a place like Williamsburg, where not just a person like me is like that's outspoken about who I am and stands in who I am. The amount of times I've had to conceal myself, feel like concentrate.
That's
How do they decide which poems are important? My brain is broke.
I'll say concentrate.
But that's all.
Yeah, concentrate for me is just from my authentic history, not just because I'm not going to sit down. But it's just so that it not only speaks to me in its message, but it is the perfect poem for people with ADHD because it is so engaging. I do not want to look away. Love that piece.
I have a classic one in History of America because it incorporates all the scenes, it gives everybody a moment to highlight and do that and still track towards the thing. It also talks about what is pointed over the years has changed in versions and has spoken to so many different things. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was like Katrina, but I'm not pussy, Ruth Assault, and she was talking about women, period. Then I remember we went through a whole lot of police brutality with that poem when it was cast and said. And then Symay did, and that was also police brutality was Big Wasabi. And you police brutality as well, if I'm not mistaken. Prison Pipeliner?
He's like depression.
No, before.
It's been
it showed opportunity to change and to morph and to grow and do the thing. And so because of that, I like the fact that it's so relatable because everybody can find commonality. The devil is separation. By how, whatever, race, sex, whatever, that's the devil. Unity be God. And that's when we think about find unity. And unfortunately for they just like this country. But if we shine light on the darkness, that's it.
Honest brother or not, for different reasons. Me, like Alex was saying, I'm a poetry enthusiast, a slam poetry enthusiast for sure. So whether or not is my favorite poem because it expands on what people think is possible when you start writing a slam piece. Your first slam piece probably won't look like whether or not, right? But understanding the range of what slam can actually offer as far as storytelling, as far as theatrics, and just what a team of poets can put together on a stage, and the kind of impact it can have on somebody when you really open up your mind to moving beyond the words. Yeah, that's why that's like my favorite piece for sure.
And you look picture perfect.
You think?
Sit on your face, you die, you die.
I have another question. Finish.
All right, that's the final question.
For the coach.
Hold on, that means I'm not
Hey, give it up to Snuff. Look at things through his feet.
I'm gonna talk in the mic.
We've been celebrating the team. You know, you guys have done know that it is very hard to be the leader of a group of different-minded people.
Like me. I'm one of them people.
So, and all of us, we've been one of the people. So, how has this year been? I mean, I know, but how has this year been different for you? How have you been coping with it? And what have you learned in this process about yourself this year?
The obvious difference is that this was my first year that I wasn't a competing member. I kind of had that going into our Grand Slam this year. And I just wanted the best possible team, like as Symay mentioned, this is a sport, so like coaches, they want the best players. So that was the biggest adjustment in knowing the work that we've done in the past, and knowing that the stakes are a little bit higher this time around because we were on final stage 2 years in a row. One is a SAC and one is like a finalist, so it's been a little difficult trusting the process. It's been a little difficult trusting myself as a coach. I am usually on the other side of it, absorbing and taking everything in. So coping, it's been a lot of marijuana. Sorry. Sorry. It's just really, this is the part where you have to trust your team. You have to trust that they're doing the work, that they are going to, yeah, it's that trust fall, that they're doing the work. This was the first year also that I wasn't present at every single practice. If you've been on the same team, Kaz and Maddie, you guys have been on the team. We know that we've all had like separate practices over the years and whatnot, but for the most part, we've always had practices together. Last year was our first year incorporating a coach. So that coach was with us up until we left for Southern Pride last year. This year it's been very different. It's been different in a good way. It allowed me to do other things. It allowed me again to just trust myself, and and just know like I can't make the decisions alone. So thank you guys. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting a nice guy like me. That's a line from one of G's poems.
If I can jump on that too, Steph says the best for the best team to go. I say this to in no way shade anybody who got on the team. This is also saying she is super dope, and I'm excited for you trusting yourself because you are always super dope, and you call yourself Steph Curry and clutch, but it is because you are consistent and because you're consistently doing great work. And it's not just the stuff that pops up and you're like, what about this? It'll be like, yo, wait, it's like it's fucking dope. But I don't know, you guys do the shit. You're dope. Your soul glows more so than the torso of the lightning bug.
I'm at the topic of poems.
They like that line there, man. If you want to book you down right now with you. Let's go.
First book soul.
People right here, they coming back here forward. Let's go.
I just want to say that because I feel like I'm doing that thing where everybody got another thing to say. So I'm gonna just say that. But for real, everybody knows that person that can do the thing but can't teach it. With every sport, with every game, with everything, and you're not that person.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
First we were here, now we're here. We had a lot of inside jokes. I think before y'all leave the stage, we definitely need to take a picture. But I want to thank you guys for being here. We were a small but mighty crowd. Thank you for driving all the way from Richmond.
I absolutely appreciate it. I have to tell y'all. I mean, it's this community. I don't care whether it's Richmond, the 757 in Charlottesville. This community in itself is like one of the best. It's like family. And
Thank
I
you.
definitely
Thank you so much.
and I wish everybody so much.
Thank you. I've been watering all night. Now I really might cry. I also want to thank the live stream. We had people tuning in from all over, and also hi. We got moms in the chat. We also have, I want to shout out Michelle from Spellbound. Michelle Dodd, Spellbound is also in the chat, and she had said y'all are so amazing. We love you guys. We love you. And that's our show. We'll be back here for our After Rule Slam, our very chaotic slam, and our feature with Madeline Garcia and Cassandra is free. We want to see their work as well because they're going to be Indies at Soul Pride this year, which I'm really excited for. And yeah, so that's all. That's it. We're gonna take a group photo. I'm gonna go home and smoke some marijuana. Thank you guys so much. All right, let me give.
Subscribe to Slam Connection.
Yes, subscribe.
Like, follow, subscribe, do the thing. Scuba diving.
Wait, give me your camera, Steph, because your picture's
This one?
No, that's not it. Where did I put it? Is it on the?
It's black.
Oh, it's
black.
Sorry.
I know it's black.
So sorry. All right, guys. Okay. All right, let's make sure we're all visible here.
I got church in the morning.
Church in the morning.
Okay, clicking. I'm clicking.
And boom.
Another one.
Boom.
Hey, Okay, I'm clicking with this one.
I put the arms up to feel taller.
Give me face. Okay, let's make it fun. Give me a fun one. Fun. Let's go. Give me faces. Change the shape. Let's go. Let's go. Atlas is like, that's it, please.
Where is it happening? Thank you guys so much. Oh, and I Des left, and I wanted to shout out Des. She made us these amazing flowers. They're all different. Like this, and then she Patricia left too, but she donated some money to the team. So thank you to her as well. Oh, I feel emotional, so I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for being here. It really means a lot. We really appreciate y'all. Thank you. We'll see y'all Wednesday for our chaotic slam. The most chaotic.